Hi, I'm Nikki Luna. Welcome to Rappler. With us today is national artist Ben Cabrera. He'll talk to us about his work and how being in Baguio inspires him. Hi, good afternoon.
Good
Cab.
afternoon.
Can I call you BenCab?
Sure.
Okay.
Or Ben.
Okay, Ben. So, could you tell us something about how you started as an artist, how you became an artist?
Well, it's always been my
Okay lang.
my obsession to draw.
Oh.
Number one, is my brother used to. I have a brother who's a painter, and he's much older than me, 13 years difference. I'm the youngest of 9.
Oh.
And I used to just watch him and be fascinated with what he can do with a blank piece of paper and things come out, things like that. And I just wanted to be an artist also.
Buong time dito ba kayo sa Baguio or Manila?
Well, I grew up in Manila.
Okay.
And I left the Philippines in 1969 when I met my future wife. And we traveled and stayed in London for 13 years. So I came here in 1986, right before the snap election,
Yes.
you know. And so it was very good timing for me to be back in the Philippines and be involved in the scene. Yeah.
When did you start living here in Baguio?
Actually, I arrived in December of '85. So since then, I mean, until now.
This is where you chose
This is
to.
where I work. This is where I have my museum.
What made you choose Baguio to be your place to work
Well,
and live?
After London, living in London, and I got used to the weather in London. I like Baguio. I have lots of friends in Baguio. And it's a good start also when you're back to zero. And I just love it. There's a lot of creative activities here. There's a nice group dynamics among artists.
Why did you choose to build this museum in Baguio?
Well, I was influenced by an Indonesian artist who put up his own museum. And I asked him, how did you finance your museum? And he said, no, just from my work. So that inspired me that, you know, to begin with, I'm a magpie. I like collecting things. And my Cordillera tribal arts I've been collecting for the last 40 years. So I said, it's got to be housed properly, and then also to show my work, plus works of contemporary artists that I like.
And you can share it more with.
So it's a personal museum.
Why do you think a lot of artists are drawn to stay here in Baguio?
I think there's a wealth of ideas here. To begin with, the Cordillera has an original culture. Let's say in Manila, you have the Christian culture, and here you have the Bululs, and it's a underrated art that, as compared, let's say, to African or Indian and Indonesian art, but now it's getting noticed.
Yeah.
And last time we had a very big show in Quai Branly Museum in Paris.
Yeah.
So it's a good sign that they appreciate what we have.
How do you think art has developed here in Baguio?
Like I said, there's a wealth of subject in terms of going back to the roots, and they use the images of the Cordilleras. tattoo, the basket making, the carving.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to pick on.
So it's very rich
to
and-
start on, and yeah.
How do you think art and artists contribute in Baguio's tourism?
To tourism,
Yeah.
very, very. You can see this museum. We have a lot of visitors, foreign and local, and students particularly. They come. A lot of Filipinos are not used to going to museums,
Yeah.
and this is one way of sharing a place that they can learn and and enjoy the place.
Do you think having this type of museum, opening this door to more viewers, audience, also help the artists, especially here in Baguio?
It does, because if you show your work publicly, you get comments, and then you also learn from the commentaries,
Yes.
and also to see the reaction of kids, to appreciate our art. Yeah.
What are your future plans for this museum? Because you're always building.
Yes. The future is for it to continue. And we set up a foundation. So the idea is, if I'm gone, it should continue, because you institutionalize the place. Not even my kids can sell my paintings there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here in your museum, you also not just promote the artworks and the artists,
Mm-hmm.
but when you go around it, you appreciate nature.
Nature as well.
Yeah.
So you can only
Can
do
you
that-
tell us something
yeah,
about
you can
that?
only do that in Baguio, and Manila is very crowded already, and my idea really is art and nature. So when they look at the paintings and then they come out and they see the forest, the river, they feel good.
So they inspire each other, no?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. What else can you share about your museum that makes it different?
Yeah, like in nature, we plant more trees. I was given 100 endangered Philippine trees.
Okay.
So it's also a place where eventually will grow and to be propagated also all over.
You've planted it all
Yes,
here.
yeah, we
Okay.
planted. So
And you're
the
expecting
idea
them-
is to once it flowers or it seeds, we can distribute the seeds
Oh, okay. And when do you expect these trees to grow?
when I'm gone.
Wow. Yeah.
It's
So
a
you're-
low.
you're
These
really-
these are hardwood. These
Yeah.
are tindalo. These are ironwood.
Okay.
Mga almasiga. Hopefully they grow well.
Yeah.
I keep checking them if they're okay.
So you're just not leaving behind
Yeah.
art institution, but also something
Right. Yeah.
for nature and for people
It's
to
my
appreciate.
carbon
That's your carbon.
contribution.
Okay. What else can people expect when they walk in the BenCab Museum?
We have an eco trail.
Okay.
So after seeing the paintings, they can relax, and we have a coffee shop. And people who wants to see the forest, they can go to an eco trail, which takes an hour. And most of the trees have labels, so they will know which trees are there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get to educate more
Yes,
people.
that's the whole idea.
Do you offer workshops here for artists, for beginners?
We have a yearly workshops for photography.
Okay.
And because the place is good enough for subject for photography, we have a Sri Lankan master photographer who teaches, and there's a lot of subject from plants to river to water to
To the
if they can find some birds which to photograph.
What collection what can you say about your collection here in the museum?
Well, like I said, it's a personal collection, so most of it is based on my taste. So, like we have a changing gallery, and I'm the one who chooses the artists who will exhibit.
So you're the curator.
I also curate. I curate the whole thing also. And if there's an interesting artist who will give us a proposal for a show, it goes through we have a board that, yeah, not just me, but of course my influence is quite big.
So you have a permanent collection and a
And a
changing exhibition,
Exhibition, yeah.
no? Okay.
Well, some artifacts are used for rituals, and but the artists are untrained artists, and it comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And so most great art comes from either religion or and from Renaissance to tribal art. It's art. I mean, it's not just used for a certain ritualistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It tells us something about the world they lived in, no?
So it's an artifact that you don't. Some people even idolize it, but
Yeah.
I see it as an art done by man. Yeah.
And again, it is your personal taste.
Sorry?
It is your personal taste. That's why you choose
It is
these
me, yeah,
collections,
yeah.
no? That you have.
Mm.
Thank you very much for having us. It was such a pleasure.
I'm glad you can come and see the museum.
We'll be back again for sure.
Good.